The time now, it's 5 o'clock on this Monday evening, July 28th, 2014. On a Monday evening, it's time now for the Waterman Judiciary PJ Wiggins, the evening report. Monday evening, July 28th, 2014. Good evening, everybody. Our current conditions at 5 o'clock in North Massachusetts. Got a temperature of 83 degrees. Our temperature in most skies. Humidity 63%. Wind speed southwest about 10. Barometer 29.47 inches, 2 about 69 degrees, visibility 10 miles, heat index 87 degrees. Alright, let's take a look at our radar scope around the region, and it shows line of showers and storms that spawned with tornado warning at 5:15 p.m. has now been canceled. It's just spotty showers and storms from 98 for a quarter north Sturbridge up through western and up to Leominster here. And those storms are moving down in the northeast toward Leominster and Hudson. Be on alert there. And we're zooming out, and it shows a line of showers and storms from northern New England, northern Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, down for central western Massachusetts, western Connecticut, down for western Vermont, down to upstate in eastern New York, central New York, down for Pennsylvania, and down for western Maryland, north central West Virginia, and spotty showers and storms from down east Maine, down to New Brunswick, down to central and western portions of Nova Scotia and eastern Nova Scotia, and spotty rain showers off the eastern province of Quebec, down for western Prince Edward Island here. And a line of showers and storms from the eastern Carolinas down for southern Georgia, southern Alabama, and another line of showers and storms from southwestern Mississippi down for central Louisiana, down for northeastern Texas, western Oklahoma, and western Texas here. Spotty rain showers in southern Jacksonville and eastern Florida coastline here. And we're seeing some spotty showers from north central Mexico down through the Four Corner region, and down to Nevada, down for eastern California, and up and down Idaho, western Wyoming, down for southwestern portions of Montana here, and eastern Oregon here. And spotty showers and storms from northeastern Minnesota down for western Ontario and central Saskatchewan. Straight in North Dakota, good evening, 71 degrees, overcast skies here. Alright, let's take a look at our satellite loop here, and it shows spotty clouds coming in much of northern New England, down for Atlantic Canada, and stretching out New York, Pennsylvania, down for Michigan, Ohio, down to the Virginias and eastern Kentucky and Tennessee, and spotty clouds from Carolinas down for southern Georgia, Alabama, and southeast Mississippi, and another line of clouds from Mexico down for northern Texas and Oklahoma, down for the Four Corner region, down for California, Nevada, down for Idaho, eastern Oregon, and down for western Wyoming, down for Montana, spotty clouds from southern and northern portions of Alberta, down for central Saskatchewan, down for the Dakotas and Minnesota, down for Iowa, and the spotty clouds from north central British coming in down for Ontario here. Okay, let's take a look at our map situation here. Station front from Idaho down for the Four Corner region, down for Texas, and down for Louisiana, and a cold front from Mississippi down for Alabama, and down to Georgia, and stretching up the Carolina coast and the Middle Atlantic coastline. And a warm station front from upstate New York up in northern New England, and a warm station front up in Quebec here. Followed by from northeastern Illinois, stretching it down for southern Michigan, and down for Ontario and western New York. High pressure in north central Mexico, and a ridge of high pressure.
Even though we're in good weather, we're not in the dead of the winter, we always have to remind people who have gone through a storm like this.
High pressure coming in the northern and central plain states and in central Rockies here. And low pressure in eastern Pennsylvania and northwestern Louisiana, and
they look to use generators, they look to use charcoal grills.
An average of low pressure from the western Baja California, Mexico, and up in western Arizona, and up to Nevada here. And followed by down for California, 82 degrees of temperature in Boston, it's 86 in Washington D.C., 90 in Atlanta, 94 in Miami, 95 in Dallas and Brownsville, Texas. It's 80 in Kansas City, 71 in Chicago, 75 in Minneapolis, it's 82 in Albuquerque, 84 in Denver, 90 in Salt Lake City, 80 in Great Falls, Montana, 77 in Seattle and Los Angeles, and 70 in San Francisco. Current conditions around the region, it's 82 in Boston and in Bedford and Beverly, it's 82 in Amesbury, 80 in Pittsburgh and Gloucester, 77 in Worcester, 79 in Sturbridge, 83 in Webster, 82 in
well, we're here now in the form of
Webster, 83 in Norwood, 83 in Taunton, 80 in Bedford, 82 in Marshfield, 77 in Provincetown, 73 in Cape Cod Bay and Nantucket, 77 in Falmouth, 75 in Chatham, 76 in Martha's Vineyard, 77 in Block Island, 80 in Wesley, 81 in Smithfield, 83 in Springfield, it's 72 in Amherst, it's 65 in Greenfield, it's 66 in Pittsfield, 69 in North Adams, 69 in Albany, 70 in Bennington, 70 in Brattleboro, 77 in Keene, Hampshire, 70 in Jeffrey, 82 in Concord, and 82 in Nashville, Hampshire, 81 in Manchester, Hampshire, 80 in Portsmouth, Hampshire, 84 in Windsor Locks, It's 82 in Hartford, 82 in Meriden, it's 79 in Warburg, 80 in Denver, 82 in Bridgeport, 83 in New Haven, 76 out of Long Island, 78 out in Montauk, 82 in Elizabeth, it's 82 in New York City, and the water temperature is 65 degrees, and off the Boston Harbor, 68. Forecast discussion around the country here, and it shows showers of thunderstorms along with a severe wet weather across the southeast, and dry and cool air will infiltrate much of the eastern half of the United States, and heavy rain and flash flooding are possible later into the southern Rockies and in the southern plains. The strong upper level turbulence will continue to push ahead in eastward across the northeast and drive the surface front off the northeast middle Atlantic coastline by Monday afternoon. Part of the coastal areas that heavy rain, especially in the northeast, is expected with a potential for flash flood, and farther south the cold front will continue moving across the southeast towards the Gulf of Mexico, and this is where the severe weather threat will be on Monday. See Survey Prediction Center for more information. This cold front begins to slow down once it reaches the Gulf Coast by Tuesday morning and eventually stalls. It will continue to fire off daytime convection over Tuesday and Wednesday. The surface low associated with this cold front will move north from the northeast into Quebec and wrap around and precipitation will linger until Tuesday morning and finally taper off. Behind this cold front, much cool and dry air will continue to filter across the plains in the middle Mississippi Valley and northeast on Monday. By Tuesday, most of the eastern half of the United States experiencing pleasant conditions, including typically hot and humid Gulf Coast states. Unfortunately for the West Coast, conditions will not change over the next few days, and dry hot air will fuel the threat for fire weather danger. Meanwhile, the southern Rockies and in the southern plains will have very high amounts of moisture. There's abundance of moisture, long wind, and swelling to lead to several days of heavy rainfall, and consequently could lead to flash flooding. Forecast discussion here in New England there, and it shows a rather strong air of low pressure by July 10th to move across the northern New England this evening with its attendant cold front and sweeping across the region later tonight and then offshore Tuesday. Mainly dry, less humid weather falls for the remainder of this work week, and this weekend an offshore front may build back into the New England along with a wave of low pressure. This will result in the risk of showers and more humid weather. And latest mean surroundings certainly excessive 1,000 JKG mean layer Cape across all the southern New England. Surface-based Cape Venezuela approaching 2,000 JKG condition is fairly potent in instability. Effective shear value of the 30-45 knots were observed. All these ingredients point to the development of showers and scattered thunderstorms this afternoon. The rain threats will be temperature, winds, and local area rainfall cannot completely rule out the risk for large hail and an isolated tornado. A severe windstorm watch has been issued until 8 p.m. We are monitoring. Once storms diminish this evening, expect the cold front to permanently push offshore after midnight. This should mean less humid air arrives late tonight along with dry air and clear skies. Depending upon the time of the clearing and the amount of the leftover low level humidity, there could be some areas of fog in the usual valleys for the morning commute. Here. And let's take a look what is going on in the tropics here at the 5th hour here. Let's look at the Atlantic, and it shows shower and thunderstorm activity associated with a tropical wave located 700 miles southwest of the Cape Verde Islands has increased this afternoon but remains disorganized, and tropical conditions remain expected to be continued for the gradual development of this system over the next several days, while it moves generally westward at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Formation chance for 40 hours, medium and 30%. Formation chance for 5 days, high 70%. Here in Eastern Pacific, and we have the latest on Tropical Storm Hernan here. It is now a tropical storm with winds gusts of 50 miles per hour. Central location 221.3 to the north, 117.3 to the west, and movement west-northwest at 17 miles per hour. And the latest advisory on Hernan here.
And the inspectors are working their way down. So
the National Hurricane Center advisories issued advisories on Tropical Storm Hernan, located a few hundred miles west-southwest of the southern tip of the Baja Peninsula. A area of low pressure located about 1,350 miles east of the Big Island of Hawaii is producing disorganized showers and a few thunderstorms and environmental conditions are expected to remain unfavorable for significant development of this system during the next several days. It moves westward about 10 miles per hour. Formation chance for 4 hours, low 10%. Formation chance for 5 days, low 10%. An area of low pressure could develop well south into the southwest of the southern Mexico by this weekend. Some gradual development of this system is possible while it moves generally west-northwestward, and formation chance for 4 hours, low 0%, and formation chance for 5 days, low 20%.
Any of the public, any rider that's down, they should treat it as a live.
And let's take a look at what is going on with Tropical Explosion 11 out in the Eastern Pacific here.
They were, and they held on for dear life. The crane that they got up there with that toppled over, I believe. A number of the panels they were just installing to the new school. This is the Hill School down on Park Ave.
All right. Now, latest on TD11 here. It is now a 35 miles per hour, 45 miles per hour tropical depression, and it is going to go for the Northern Mariana Islands here. It's going to become a typhoon once it approaches the East China Sea here. All right, let's take a look tonight's lows here, we will see lows from in the 60s in southeastern Massachusetts to the 50s up in the north. New England and western Massachusetts, Berkshire, and Connecticut, and after eastern New York here and Pennsylvania here. And let's take a look at our latest.
Back together, trying to restore power. Our coverage on News Center 5 at 5 continues right now. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ed Harding with J.C. Monahan on Premier Interview tonight. J.C.
That's right, Ed. I just want to show you what's going on here on Revere Beach Parkway. This is the area of town that we've been talking so much about as this EF2 tornado came through in just a 2-mile path. Look at the depth of this hole here. This is where one of these old trees used to be, completely uprooted. And the crews have been here all morning, starting to cut up those trees to make this road passable.
Okay, take a look at latest hazards.
The top of their brand new skate rink.
Severe thunderstorm watch until 8 p.m. this evening in Hartford, Taunton, Windsor counties in Connecticut.
In a twisted mess.
8 counties in Worcester
We are talking about
County in eastern Massachusetts, Middlesex, Norfolk, Suffolk counties, and northeast Massachusetts, Essex, western Massachusetts, Franklin, Hampshire, and Hamilton counties in New Hampshire. 2 watches, including Cheshire and Hillsborough counties, and Rhode Island, 1 watch, including Norfolk and Rhode Island, Providence. There's good Boston, Fitchburg, Foxborough, Framingham, Gloucester, Greenfield, Hartford, Keene, Lawrence, Lowell, Manchester, Nashua, Northampton, Providence, Putnam, Quincy, Springfield, Union, Vernon, Wilmot, and Worcester. Under the severe thunderstorm watches there.
100 and 120 miles per hour with this storm. All the neighbors are out. They're all hanging out if they can.
And flash flood statement is in fact at 6:30 p.m. in northeastern Columbia and central Berkshire counties at 4:29 p.m. Another random heavy rains is moving into the water. 1 and 2 inches of rain has already fallen with an additional 1 and 2 inches of rain possible on saturated ground. Location of warning included but not limited to Pittsfield, Hancock, Cheshire, and New Lebanon. Precaution preparedness actions except the runoff from heavy rainfall cause flooding of small creeks and streams, highways, and passes, additionally country roads, farmlands, along the banks of creeks, streams, and other low lying areas are subject to flooding near. Most flood depths occur in automobiles. Never drive your vehicle into areas where the water covers the roadway. When encountering flooded roads, make sure the smart choice turn around and don't drown. And the severe thunderstorm watch extended up into Maine here. And we got a severe thunderstorm.
Counties have had like 15 in the last.
Warning and mains effect till 5:30 p.m. for eastern Grafton, southern Carroll, and northwest Belknap counties. 4:57 p.m. National Weather Service Doppler radar continuing to indicate a severe thunderstorm capable of producing quarter size hail and temperature winds. Excess of 60 miles per hour. Storm was moving and located near Holderness, or 6 miles west of the Multenberg, moving northeast about 30 miles per hour. Other locations in Warnerman are not limited to North Woodstock, Multenberg Bay, Lincoln, Sandwich, Melvin Village, North Sandwich, Waterville Valley, Livermore, Tamworth, White Lake State Park, and West Mississippi. Precautionary preparedness actions. This is a dangerous storm. If it is not prepared immediately for damaging winds, destructive hail, and deadly cloud ground lightning, people outside should move this shelter to perform inside a strong building but away from windows. In addition, large hail damaging winds, continuous cloud ground lightning has occurred with a storm moving indoors immediately. Lightning is one of the nature's number 1 kills. Remember, if you can hear thunder, you're close enough to be struck. A severe thunderstorm watch remains effective until 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time Monday evening for southwestern Maine and New Hampshire here and southern Vermont. Alright, let's take a look at a view from the outside here. Oh, yes. And it shows a pleasant day in Stator with still humidity conditions, but tomorrow you're going to feel a whole new air mass. It's going to be clear and comfy here. And look at those lightning strikes. Wow! A lot of lightning strikes to the west and north of us here. Okay, let's take a look at our hazardous weather outlook here. Scattered showers with isolated thunderstorms are possible, and locally heavy downpours that cause urban and broad-range flooding are the greatest risk. In days 2 for 7, Tuesday for Sunday, no hazardous weather expected at this time. So tonight we'll go like this. A chance of showers and thunderstorms between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. patch fog after 3 a.m. overall. Most of the got low 62 degrees in southwest with about 7 to 10 miles per chance of precipitation 30%.
And also in Sturbridge.
New rain for the amounts of less than 10 minutes, checks amount amounts possible thunderstorms. For Tuesday, patch fog before 7 a.m. overall. Most of the got down near 78 degrees. West with about 7 to 9 miles per Tuesday night. Patch fog after 5 a.m. overall. Most of the got low 58 degrees. Southwest with about 6 miles per common common evening. Wednesday, most of the got down near 80 degrees and a lot of variable wind. Wednesday night, most of the got low 61 degrees and south with about 3 to 5 miles per hour. Thursday, most of the got down near 80 degrees. Thursday night, Parkhouse got low 63 degrees. Friday, part of the got down near 81 degrees. Friday night, mostly clouds got low 63 degrees. Saturday, mostly clouds got high 79 degrees. Saturday night, mostly clouds got low 63 degrees. Sunday, mostly clouds got high 81 degrees. Sunday night, mostly clouds got low 64 degrees. And for Monday, chance of showers, but the clouds got high 84 degrees. And chance of precipitation is 50%. Predators, what a phrase of the day! Evening, few storms possible, but smooth sailing ahead for tomorrow. Peter Channel News time, 5:15. Time now for the weather. Time now for the travel report on this Monday evening here, and we're gonna start it off in Greater Boston here.
JC, we're near the American Legion Highway, and this is one of the areas that was really hard hit. And you're seeing a lot of the debris in the backyards here out here. We have the fences in this direction. Over here, as you take a look at this tree, just snapped right in half at a right angle. And you imagine the people who left for work this morning returning to clean up a lot of debris.
It was like pitch black, quiet, and then...
And let's start you off in Greater Boston here.
It's not the 93-year-old tree that fell that's the story.
And it shows southeast expressway and southbound side slope from the Tipperary Tunnel down to the Braintree Split, northbound side. One fine and Braintree Split slow around the Braintree Split on Route 3 slow from Braintree Split to Weymouth here. And Mass back on the both sides slow from Tipperary Tunnel down to South Boston on the westbound side, eastbound side, backed up from 93 to the Logan Airport here, and Mass back westbound a little slow from Brighton TV Tower all the way down to Newtonville here, and 128 southbound a little slow from the Mass Pike in Western down to Route 9 in Wellesley here, and 128 southbound on 93 north a little slow from 95 in Kenton all the way down to the Braintree Split due to an incident on Route 128 on the northbound, 93 south as you approach 24 in Randolph here, so trust some extra time here. 93 on the northbound side, a little slow from the bridge in Zachem Bridge all the way down to the Medford. And 128 on the northbound side, a little slow from Lexington all the way down for Reading near. And 93 north a little slow around the Wilmington stretch. Route 3 a little slow from Burlington and the Billerica stop and go. 95 on both sides from 128 to the Rhode Island border. Or the New Hampshire border, excuse me. 495 north a little slow around the Northern stretch from 114 to the Merrimack Bridge here.
Look at this corner here. The damage.
And 121 from Denver down for Gloucester here, and
right forward.
Route 3 north a little slow from Chelmsford, 495 Chelmsford down to North Chelmsford here. 495 north a little slow from Chelmsford down to Lowell here. And 93 north a little slow from Randall 495 and Lawrence down to 213 in Methuen here. And 95 mile on both sides from 128 to the Rhode Island border, 24 mile from 128 to the Rhode Island border. And Route 3 of us is move on fine from Weymouth down for Sagamore here. And 295 mile fine from Alberta down for Warwick. 95 on the southbound side of Rhode Island, also from the S curves of Pawtucket down for downtown Providence. And it is stop and go from Cranston all the way down to Warwick here, 95 northbound, also from Route 48 Greenwich down to
tirelessly for this one moment.
117 in Warwick here, and Route 195 westbound, also from the East Point Bridge all the way up down to 95 in Providence here, and 95 northbound also as you approach 195 in downtown Providence here. 610 connected a little slow as you approach 95 in Providence here, and 146 south a little slow as you approach 295 in Lincoln here, and Route 195 in the eastbound side a little slow from 103 in Somerset to 195 in Fall River here, and 145 from Taunton to Bedford here, and 28 north a little slow approach to Baltimore by west. 26 in Cape Highways move on fine here. Peter Channel News time is now 5:18. It's time now for the Peter Channel News Evening Report for this July the 28th, 2014. Good afternoon, everybody, and evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins, and this is what's happening in the world of news here. Our top story is in Gaza, Jerusalem, where a grim-faced Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu warned on Monday that protracted war in Gaza, detonating hopes of a swift end to the 3-week conflict as Palestinian fighters launched it out against cross-border attack. The growing Ebola outbreak in West Africa serves as a grim reminder that deadly viruses are once a plane run away from the USA, health experts say. The 2-year search for an accused child molester ended Monday in a shootout at a West Village smoke shop that left suspect dead and 3 lawmen wounded here. The tornado was spawned as severe thunderstorms run with much of the Boston area. National Weather Service officials who sent the river to inspect damage quickly declared it an F2 tornado. Stocks ended nearly flat on Monday as the latest steel news offset losses following discouraging data on housing market and some signs of weakness in the service sector. The hot market for big data products and services, sometimes even competitors, must work together for the common good. Prominent Hadoop software and the service companies Hortonworks and people that have partnered in development software called Embari.
50% or more.
Massive flooding hit Greater Boston as the National Weather Service issued a number of storm and flood warnings, including tornado warning for Essex County was ultimately cancelled. Ivanov, Russia, in eastern Ukraine, one text message can turn you enemy in Mankate. Oh, let's skip again. Near. An airplane on the tarmac at the airport fills the black air with black smoke during fighting Saturday between the Islamist Mizdar Brigade and a powerful Reverend Milton Tripoli as huge blades out of control in Tripoli battle. Los Angeles Papa Venice Beach team with people enjoying a weekend out even on the boardwalk and sand when lifeguards and otherwise witnessed a rare summer thunderstorm hit without warning. Person lightning that injured rattled more than a dozen people. Our federal appeals court panel in Virginia became the second one in the summer to strike down a state ban against same-sex marriage Monday, making it more likely the Supreme Court to settle the issue as early next year. Senator Bernard Sanders of Vermont Independent and Chairman of the Senate Veterans Affairs Committee and Representative Jeff Mills, Republican of Florida, walked through the news conference to outline the legislation on Monday as the deal reached in Congress on VA funding. Campaign memos did tell strategy for Georgia Senate candidate Michelle Nunn, including areas of vulnerability in the Democrats' record and background, were published Monday by the National Review. Washington, U.S. President Barack Obama on Monday gave it a preview of the 70-day will hold for African leaders next week, saying African nations should extend toward to solutions to economic wars and not make excuses based on history. Zillow to buy True Property website seeks to save costs. Federal regulators are proposing a $12 million fine for Southwest Airlines related to the skin repair method that was used on dozens of airplanes. Airline posted quarterly earnings and revenues that fell short of Wall Street estimates and ensures lower in extended hours of trading. In Moscow, an European court should take strong note of the $50 billion Russia was sent and instructed to pay on Monday for exploiting the assets of Russian oil firm Yukos and accepted a separate just satisfaction claim, Yukos former chief said. If you liquidate online, you're the guinea pig for all kinds of experts spread by stocky internet types who grant up your loans and use it to feed their ugly films on OkCupid.com. Windows Phone 8.1 is still running out, but a new update is all the way on the way to support for the start screen photos and even bigger phablet. Chinese officials recently showed up and announced for Microsoft offices around China reported to investigate antitrust accusations as China pros Microsoft shows up at offices and announced. In Detroit, Ford is raising the price of this new aluminum-sided pickup truck, but they're still trying to stay competitive with the rivals. Capier World even though some of the users were unable to download Apple's OS X Yosemite public beta last week, the previous David resulted in a tripling of the upgrade share of an online traffic and network said today. In comic books, the hero always wins. That would be the case here to accept the Comic-Con International 2014. There will be many years, as we all know, that it can be at one. Freddie Prinze Jr. almost doing the acting talent after working with the most unprofessional dude in the world, Kiefer Sutherland. Is there anything as free from the mundane restriction of daily life that is well-made science fiction movie? Nothing in French action thriller specialist Luc Besson's Lucy bears any resemblance to the real world that makes it so fun. Rob Kardashian returns for the first time in weeks in Malibu, California on Sunday, July 27th. The struggling reality star was photographed hanging out at the family's beach house wearing a typical uniform with a baggy black t-shirt, black shorts, and baseball. The Los Angeles Lakers have waited nearly 3 months to hire a new coach and they're apparently making Brian Scott wait a few more days. Jeff Gordon's big crowd for and win as a local TV draw in Indianapolis. Dinosaurs might have survived the impact of the asteroid if it had happened a few million years earlier, or later said a new report. New tools could reduce days and even weeks of work to minutes to provide some accurate results. Hazard ratios of all costs cardiovascular mortality by running characteristic weekly granted time distance frequency and total amount and speed. This image shows pattern transfer during a hand shake to determine the customer is far less hygienic than modern fist bump.
No cost maintenance. Hurry, the savings
and one final that played this afternoon in Major League Baseball. Atlanta over San Diego 2-0 in at Turner Field. The Red Sox tonight take on a 3-game series against the Toronto Blue Jays with Clay Buckles on man for Red Sox tonight, while Ari Dickey on man for the Toronto Blue Jays. Here, unofficial webmaster supports Market Basket employees. Wall fans watch City Boone closes for good. Schools pop up to train building from marijuana farmers and Apple to buy talk show streaming service. Let's take a look at the New England Alert. See the New England Insider Alerts from the Facebook account.
Just add your favorite soap, and now you can quickly clean where no brush could fit before. Behind snake handles and faucets, along sliding tracks.
And Broadway at Brown Circle has been reopened. Flooded in Chester and Andover, Vermont. Keep your guard up.
And get inside all those tight spaces for a good
And this is photographs of the tornado damage in Revere. Wow, look at this.
even take magic bristle gloves.
And Swansea, New Hampshire, lightning struck the house first alarm, 169 Sarah's Question Road. Here. Okay, let's Peter Channel News time, 5:24, and it is time now for the stock market final here for the stock market report.
And because everyone should experience the cleaning magic of magic bristle gloves, we'll send you a second pair absolutely free. As a special bonus, we'll send you the Big Soft Mint that picks up dirt and dust like a magnet. One side has fingers that nooks and crannies, while the other is ideal for smooth, flat surfaces. A $15 value, yours free. During a separate processing and handling, you get 2 pairs of magic bristle gloves plus the Big Soft Mint.
Here you go. Here.
Just 10.
In U.S. stock markets.
Log on to magicbristlegloves.com.
Imported the Magic Bristle Gloves. Call 1-800-300-7144.
Dow Jones 682.59. Up 22 points. SP 597.91 up 57 cents. And Nasdaq 44.91 down 4.65. European markets here.
Welcome back live to
DAX 9598.17 down 45.84. FTSE 6788.07 down 3.48. And CSA 4344.77 up 14.22. In Asian markets, Nikkei 15529.40 up 71.33. Shanghai 2177.95 up 51.33. HSI 24428.63 up 212.62. Oil markets here 101.57 down 52 cents. Brent 107.53 down 86 cents. And natural gas 3.739 down 0.042. In gold markets here, gold 13.04 close up 70 cents. Silver 20.62 down 0.016, and copper 3.243 up 0.0025. In the bonds there, US 10-year yield 2.4871% up 0.018. Germany 10-year yield 1.15% down 0.002. And Japan 10-year yield up 0.53% up 0.002. And FX bonds there, European US dollar 1.3439 unchanged, US dollar Japanese yen 101.85 unchanged, and Great Britain pound US dollar 1.6982 unchanged. And that's me for the What Magician Peter Channel News on this Monday evening, July 28, 2014. Peter will be for good evening with a good positive. I'll be back by the 11 o'clock report. Right after at 11 o'clock, right after the Red Sox, Blue Jays game and Sports Man. Peter is saying a good evening with a good positive attitude. Stay tuned.